Alrighty, we are here. Very much here.
Hello. 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 Echo, how nice. So there we are. Very welcome indeed. We're back into From Depth. We should be just building some today. So I hope that the people in the chat is feeling nice and everything like that. Alright, so let's... I was just thinking we should get some... And today's stream is a little bit delayed. But that's... that happens. Oops. I was just thinking, okay, where do we have that thing? We should find the music. All right. Kind of around here. So, I'm thinking, should we build some aircraft thing or should we build some naval thing? In Ferry-sama, long time no see. Very welcome to the stream. So, I think we're just gonna check around at some different builds here. Gonna launch the game. See if... Oh yes, good. When I forget to start... when I forget that I need to turn off my screen recorder before starting OBS, everything is so messed up. Fortunately, I didn't do that mistake this time. Can't do it every time. Where do we have him? I thought it was a long time ago we listened to Moog Heart. I've got a special license. I got a special license to use his music. I think it's a little bit too loud. Maybe... I think this is a good... That's probably good. And now I need to remember to turn off the music in the game too. I can jump to game screen. Music! Alright. So, building platform, here we are. Let's see here. That's the thing. I'll need to destroy all vehicles. We're gonna launch the... I think I need to save some turrets. I built some new turrets. So this is the only turret I built actually. The other one is not a turret yet. But this is actually, I tried to make a front armored only tank turret. So this is gonna be a tank of some kind. It's a little bit too deep to be a tank turret, I must confess. I don't know. It will be some kind of vehicle. 200 millimeters, actually 199, but I think I didn't save it yet because okay, chat, suggest a name for this turret. We need to fix the shell first. We haven't really tested that, so we're just going to delete. Oh, and one thing I do want to check though, that is... I want to check what happens. We had some questions in an earlier video I made. So I want to see what happens if this is like a big frag shell inside of there. Alright. Wanna see what happens. This is the impact, right? Can we deal like 2000 damage? Isn't that like a lot? Oh! Holy crap. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, these are scary frag rods. They don't chain react though. I thought they would chain react. Oh, they can chain react, never mind. Okay, good. Good to know. Then we know that, because I think it was setups / Desire X who kind of thought that, like, if you don't, like, outloaders, whatever the shell, won't chain react, but that didn't make any sense, I thought, and now we checked, they can chain react. Anyways, Scorpio. Now that's a decent name. Scovimation, welcome, Dave. Clearly, it's a Dave. Dave, like the player character in StarMade. And I just immediately thought of a human name. Okay, so we have it between Scorpio and Dave. It feels like Dave would look a little bit nicer. Now this isn't the turret, by the way. This is just emptiness in general. I think we're going to just... I'll just have some. Thanks for the follow, Deliboy 420. Nah, yeah, okay. Something like there. This is just built on a platform so far. But this is obviously going to be a turret right here. Just fill it up with some blocks. Keep the chain reactions away. It doesn't have... Oh, right. Whatever. Here we have some space. Okay, we can fit the shell in here, right? And here we have some... Okay, good. Then we can put some stone blocks there. We already have some surge protectors. It's a kind of railgun, rail-assisted thing. Welcome to the community. Yes, very well. So... Scovimation, my turrets are named incredibly boring things like 5x5, 200mm. Yeah, you know, I get you. I did that for a while. You can see my turret list. I started to use folders, but here you can see I've used... I have like the worst... I had the worst names. So I didn't have an inspiration, so I just named the turret like Type A, APS turret, class something. So here we have like the boring names of Type B, APS, class B. I mean, what the hell? It's so boring. This is this turret, by the way. And then I kind of realized that I don't remember which one is which. They actually have to have name I remember. And it's a T3, so I know it's a turret, you know, 3 base. And then I kind of realized, I don't know how high they are. So here we have like Type C APS Class A. It's a T17 turret. It's pretty big. But then I was just, okay, this is the one that's used on the Draconia, by the way. And then I was like, okay, but how high is it? So I finally started to add stuff like how high it is, like Type E Diff APS 500mm T3 X3, so it's 3 tall within. That makes a lot more sense. And now I recently started to do personal names. Don't always... Yes, we always need those cringy names. So here we have a late AOG Dome Mark 1 APS Rotary Autocannon 67mm T712. Pretty nice. So now we have a lot of turrets here. We can just test shoot them. Except not all turrets have ammo, right? Oh, this one is loading. It can't fire when it's loading, no. Yeah, so because I don't know which turret is which, I need to have the cringe names. Otherwise, I just have no idea. I'm thinking that this turret, it's armored from the front. It has 2 barrels. It has better armor from the front. But it's also a pretty kind of safe-ish setup. Like a it can chain react. Yeah, so I think it should be a pretty sturdy model. In Fairy Sama says Obra Dura Ibo. Oh, overdrive. Well, that's funny. Japanese English. Obra Dura Ibo. Is that a name suggestion? I think this should work fine, I think. The thing is, I need to find the right shot for this one. So we're actually going to make a little temporary test platform thing. Just to test some stuff. Maybe this is far enough. Okay, we're not shooting at all. I think that's fine. Use symmetry plane Gmodism. Okay, thank you. Did I miss the symmetry plane thing? Who knows? Okay, so we have a little bit of heavy armor back here. And now my... Are you kidding me? Okay, like there. So we can add some metal, I don't know. I guess this turret will probably meet mostly 2-meter metal or something. You can just do like this. It's probably a better way to make him fast, but whatever. Something like this. Here we go. 2 meters of that. We can have some, let's back it with some stone just because. We usually want to back stuff a little bit. It's probably fine. Okay. Oh god damn it, this... Okay. This shoot through those blocks, okay. We should most likely just set this to idle angle of 0. It pierces like a while. It just has a big problem getting through there. So I think the current shell might not have enough penetration. Okay. Built-in shell. Sub-objects? Where is Edward's lover? Edward from Twilight. I don't know. Where is he? Okay, so we have a heavy head. Oh, the armor piercing isn't very good, is it? And it's probably slow because it's a heavy head too. Bad pen depth shell. So probably if we go with an armor piercing head. Ooh. It's a fairly quick shell though. It has a base bleeder. Not completely sure we want to go with that. It doesn't get... Now it just gets... I don't know. Seems a little bit lackluster. It's like it barely deals damage against the normal surface of armor, so I think we need to do something else. Let's see how it does as a pure sabot head, pure sabot shell. Oh, that's crap damage. Oh, our character is repairing. That's bad. Okay. Doesn't get through at one shot, unacceptable. We could make it... It's possible we need to make it with some more solid word bodies. Oh no. Definitely not. What a slug shell. In that case, I think it would be better with a heavy head. Just make it a lot faster. Base bleed, maybe something like this. Just pure kinetic. Not quite. No, not enough punch. I don't think this will be a good idea, but I think it would be interesting to see how this one works with a hollow point. Probably need some sabots to up the HP value a little bit. Kind of like that. Actually, we need one. So we want to deal some damage. It destroys the front ones, right? I'm kind of surprised. How does it look like? Is this really? Is this still? Isn't this still? Who knows? Let's just make sure we actually updated that. Yeah, okay. And it should deal not so good against damage. Okay, let's look at some real options, which is probably Hesh or something. It's a tank turret after all. So it doesn't have enough AP really. This should probably be a chemical shell. We also have ejection diffusers, so it's pretty safe to use this one. So heat or Hesh is probably a good idea. I think we can go with let's do a decent Hesh shell here. Dun 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 dun. Can be a little bit slower. Oh no, now it's shell length. That's not. Oh, but we're okay, good. We're 199. This is too slow, maybe. We could do a base bleeder. I don't know. Super big chemical shell. Ah, did that do all that damage in this shot? No, it didn't. Huh. This kind of feel a little bit lame too. Of course, it gets through pretty easily, but I mean... And most like, it depends how good spalling layer they have. Because of course it deals damage, like this is a very good anti-anything setup. If we had stone here instead... I think it's too weak. I think we can get better results for this shell actually if we use come on. It's like I try to go into the ammo customizer and I just miss or something. Alright, so special factor. One thing I'm not sure I tested, what happens if we change all of this to flak warhead bodies? Does it actually do squash head damage? Or does it instantly turn into an explosive round? It looks like it's only explosive round now. Okay, good. Then it doesn't work. God, this is a big flak. Probably would be pretty decent against cannons, but... Or, I mean, glass cannons and aircraft in general. High explosive. What I think is that we probably want a... Let's try a heat round. Penetration factor, let's see her. Penetration metric. Astro Boy! Hello, I'm doing War Thunder. Well, how nice! It was a really long time ago I played War Thunder. Apparently I need to update my net framework thing. So it won't let me in. So much more damage if we have a lesser penetration count thing. Let's make sure this is repaired. No, that's more like it. It destroys the thing within. But this thing, of course. Okay, so how much can we take here? This can take a lot. Ooh. It shoots fairly fast. It would make a mess of most things. Like, this 3-meter air gap is more than most have. But I want, of course, the best results. If we have 1-meter air gap, something that's more realistic. All shots are to this one. Oh, they're just not getting through very easily, are they? Well. This cannon should be good on paper, but I don't know. Is it even good? So, because of the setup of the turret, chemical shell is probably better. But I'm thinking, what if we up the penetration factor to 1 and just update the shell here? What happens? Huh. Did I even change that? Yeah, by the way, in War Thunder USA, I'm in rank 2. But I'm USSR, I'm trying to get rank 3 for the M6A1. Well, nice. I don't remember what rank I had, but it's a nice game. Copper, fragment count, and penetration depth. Okay, yeah, right. It basically depends how thick the front layer is. So this isn't really something that is too important right here. And I wondered though... So now we have a fairly slow chemical shell. I'm kind of thinking, let's just try a frag shell. This cannon is pretty set up to be okay. Fragmentation cone angle, just trade the stock one. We can make it a little bit faster too. Maybe something like this, some more decent speed of a turret. Well, that's... It doesn't go through on one shot, but it deals a lot of surface damage. It gets through much easier. Just like that. Okay. Frag is always reliable. We're gonna check this one out and see if perhaps we should be adding some... Oh, right, now I just realized. When we removed a lot of the gunpowder, we kind of messed up. This was a faster shell before. Oh well. We can try, let it be an armor-piercing shell. Should be a little bit faster. Can drag down the penetration cone to 30 or something. Maybe even add this one as a base bleeder, so now we have a really fast shell. How does this affect? Yeah, well, ammo intake outload limit, yeah, we're below cooling, so that's good. You're probably higher up than me now. It was a long time ago I did play. It gets through all of them at impact. That was always also kind of 4, right? Bam. Yeah, we're melting through pretty well here. Armor piercing. Frag is probably the way to go. If we remove the stone area, we're getting through 2 meters of metal at 2 shots. We have some good chance of dealing internal damage then. Yeah, for sure. I think this is a good shell. I think we found it. Summit Bohane, hello and very welcome, very welcome. Yeah, okay, so we found the shell for this first one. So I think I liked the name Scorpio best from Inferisama, so that will be the name for this turret. Just gonna check the shell here a little bit. Base bleeder, fragmentation, warhead, armor piercing head. I'm kind of suspecting that in most cases, we know this shell should be good. Let's not tinker with it anymore. Should actually be okay. So one thing I definitely learned in From the Depth is that you don't have to make the perfect like thing. It's better to think more strategically, because I've noticed in many of our tournaments and stuff like that, the winning design isn't, you know, actually the best crafted. It's just best adapted for the situation. So that's something I'm trying to learn. All-in-one weapon controller, range bracket. I don't think we can reach more than 4,000 meters, so let's set the limit here. I think that's too far too, but well, good to have some limit. And we don't want to shoot at things that's underwater. Just ignore those. Okay. This is 9 deep. All right. Yeah, you say I don't want to spend silver for the tank. Yeah. I'm really far down in the War Thunder ranks. I haven't played for a long time, and I wasn't I was never really good either. So I would highly doubt that I would be, you know. I just thought it was a little fun game. Set this back there. Okay. So this is the Scorpio. We need AOG Scorpio MK1 APS. We'll just call it APS tank gun. That's not very. 200 millimeters of. Ooh, how broad is it now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a T17. No, T7, I mean. T7X9. Very nice. It comes at a cheap price of 18,000. It sounds a lot, but it's actually not. Not a lot. Can you, like, Scorpio? Thank you. Thank you. Add one there. It has its shell on board, so that's nice. I think that should be a decent tank. Yeah. Very nice. Yes. I would think so. EMP insulated, of course. Alright. So now we have this thing. It's slightly horrendous, but I don't know. I think no, it's not horrendous. It's acceptable. It's just a interesting APS Tetris, but it does the job. So it's not bad in those measures. Just need to armor this thing up like a lot. This will probably be a decently expensive system. Yeah, this one costs 40,000. This one too, so that's already 80,000. With the heavy armor, it's probably a 100k system already. I don't remember doing very nice. I say nice because it's... I say very nice because it's other way. What? No comprende. Scooby Rocks, very welcome to the stream. Captain Scooby Rocks, we should be very clear to mention, which is of course our army of Gmodism supporter via Patreon, so thanks a lot for that. Oh, and that reminds me, we should actually, I have a little note here. It's green, so you can't see it. You can't read it. Haha, the green screen moves it. But I just have a little note here with my supporters on my computer. So we have Stellar, Admiral, LCG Canyon, Captain Scuba Rocks 12345, Commander EGN, Lieutenant Asteria, Powered by Greed, Tyler Russ, and Cadet Martin McBacon and Shark93. Thanks a lot for supporting the channel. Wow. One day I will know it by heart. I do kind of, but it's so embarrassing if I forget the name. So I make sure I never do forget. So here we see we need to... God, this system needs to be fairly armored. I want this thing to be launching an 8-meter shell. I haven't decided the gauge we're gonna have. An upcoming video I'll be making on the Gmodism channel later. I'm gonna use this. Oh no. Right. My camera is scuffed because it's very cheap, so it doesn't have autofocus. It's like manual focus. Oh god, that's funny. Kyoto. Oh. Here we have Japanese practice things on the backside. It's an old, reused paper. Anyways. So basically there are 16 different APS sounds. So I tested them all, and I'm gonna make a new video that basically tests all the sounds so you can hear the difference. You can select it. I wanna see what fire rate we're gonna go with, but we're gonna go at least 400, from 406 millimeters to 429.99. We have a cannon, a big cannon that kind of sounds a little bit like a 40k bolter. Yeah. So that's cool. 40k bolter. I think we might go with something between 406 and 429 just to get that APS sound. Otherwise, from 430 we have a bass cannon. It's kind of soft. It doesn't it doesn't sound so cool. So we could go up to 456. They are a kind of plastic-ish space cannon swords. And that's weird too. I don't know if I want that. I think we're gonna go with a big bolter design if we can get a high firing rate. Anyways, Scoopers, I don't remember names of people I went to school with for 13 years. Well, that happens. It's, you know, I don't remember like all. Especially now, I have no idea what like my schoolmates. I don't remember the names of everyone in my class. That was like years ago. So that's very understandable. Okay. We need to have like a screen that protects things back here. Okay, so that's a kind of sensitive part, so we have to bring it down there. We don't need a sealer all the way there. We do want a screen on top of there. And of course we need more heavy armor on this thing. Now it's gonna be interesting to make, it's always interesting to make like turrets like this look nice and also think about actually protecting. Right. So let's try and just fill the area with holes like this. We want these to be fairly deep down so that we don't get any type of kind of, I don't know, hash spalling from them. We want them to catch eventual hash spool, so that's why we have them so far down here. Oh, and this, oh no, that should work. But actually, I think we want to have them, I think it's better to have them this direction for this thing. It's a minuscule difference, but you know, sometimes stuff like this matters. And if you didn't think about it every time, that time will be the time you would have needed to have thought about it. So we're just gonna try and do it properly. Okay, that should be a fairly sturdy bed for the parts below. And back here we just don't expect to get hit because we're smart like that. But actually these connections, we actually need to protect them a little bit from eventual frags from the side. Just have to have some kind of connection protection. Hey, that rhymes. Just some basic layer. Otherwise we might become very sad. And we want to leave space, of course. We're gonna do... Okay, so big bolter. Let's do... Is 420 a funny gauge to go with? Hey, isn't my diff guns this? Isn't 2 layer of heavy armor too overkill? Yeah, kinda. It depends. We're having a very big turret here, and we just don't want to lose this turret. So you can kind of see that this turret has dual layer of heavy armor in front, but we skipped heavy armor on the back just to kind of try and balance out the cost there. And this is not usually a way I actually do. I usually don't do it like this. I usually want to cover it with heavy armor, but I'm trying to test to only have heavy armor in the front and kind of have cheaper armor in the back and see if we can actually get away with that. It of course depends on the scenario, but well, gotta try new things. Let's see here. Here we have it. And remembering, I'm not building on the turret. We're gonna move this thing later. It's weird like that. Are you sitting there? No, you're not. Okay. Right, now in new shell beams. This is the max length of shell we can have. In that case, we're gonna move it up by 1 notch. And then we can have that there. We can have some metal armor on top of that. We're just gonna have some stone fillers inside of there. Yeah, I don't know. We probably don't need it here, but then we can have a little bit of metal on top, and it's probably very fine. Phew. Going down like that. Actually, just in case, let's have a beam there. And now you are going, well, I'm not gonna hit anything there. Something like that. I think this will, hopefully it will work. So, let's check this. It's gonna be, this gonna be a deep penetrating shell, I'm thinking. Ooh, I wonder though, we probably want to have the option to have 2 different ammo types, don't we? I think we do. Can we fit it here even? I think we might. Either we're going to exactly fit it, or we're just going to not fit it here. Something like that. And max length of shells is usually not the best idea. Can we have enough modules here? Is this 1, 2, 3, 4? And this is 5. In that case, we need to have it up there. I guess that works. There we go. Man, if this blows up, it will be very sad. I think it's not all solid blocks. Okay, it shouldn't be hashed. That's good. Also, incoming damage has no business being back here anyways, so hopefully it won't come here either. Just have some solid metal going on there. Right. Then we have a potential for 2 different shells. One thing I'm wondering, okay. So if we just, for the fun of it, set up a solid warhead body thing. And go and set it to be... So we can be max, if we want this sound. Maybe we should actually just test fire in different sizes. So kind of clip length required 10, that doesn't exist. One thing we might need to check is that 400, okay. We actually, so we want to have 406, but we can't, okay. I think we need to make the, we need to make that a little bit smaller. Oh, one thing that's very problematic. I kind of closed off the system without knowing what we actually need for this ammo. Oh, that's not very smart. Yeah, that's not very smart. We need to have some connections open to see. This connection we might want to protect, but we might need more coolers. Probably. So let's have 2 modules there. Okay. Right, so what do we have here? We can make it max 442. That would be the soft bass cannon sound. Let's try that. 242. I like the sound of 242. Okay, 8-meter clip length, which is the max. Good. And we can go APS, access intakes, assign to all intakes. No. And this one needs to be set to be 442, as well as this one. Better to do them in tandem like this, so we are not getting... Maybe you should be like removed, otherwise you confuse me. So, oh, we have a heavy cooling limit here. You can hear that sound. If we change this to 219 or something, you can hear the new. Come on. It's so slow. It sounds bolty. This is too slow to be a bolter thing. The 242 sounds nice. It is the soft. Oh, not 222, 242. There we go. It has a nice sound. But coolers. It's not a very big deal if our coolers kind of blow up a little bit and we kind of miss some of our coolers. It's okay. We're just gonna make a little connection upwards for some coolers and just have a little deck of coolers up here that will, well, be ammo, armor slash something. Okay, this thing. However, we don't actually need how long the shell will be. We'll need to check that out a little bit, but it's obvious that we need to kind of fill this area at least with coolers. Something like that. Yeah. 3 shots. 3 seconds a shot. That's pretty good. Oh, solid warhead. That's slow. One thing we want to check is probably yeah, we have enough recoil absorption. That's good. No? Yes, we do have more than enough. We can actually remove some. But we haven't added the rail draw. Okay, APS, railgun. Allow railgun to fire when partially charged. Right. So, let's see the railgun here. Maximum. This is weird. APS, because this is like oh, we can't look at that one. It doesn't have a shell assigned, that's why. Okay, railgun. So, charging time. So we can match this to exactly, so we can like add the speed boost so it's exactly whatever fire rate we have. We're gonna touch with that a little bit later. Right now we probably just need to find whatever shell we're gonna have, which is actually the first thing we should do. I just happened to start on this project when making the tutorial for APS Tetris. It would most likely be an armor piercing head, because we're gonna carry payload. Expected armor pierce doesn't need to be more than 40, definitely has to be lower than 50. Now we have a decent amount, and we have a speed of 1500. So, for example, we probably can have like one frag warhead body here, probably 2. Doesn't have to be the quickest shells, they just need to be strong-ish. Solid warhead body. Let's see here. 1700. Doesn't change that much. It doesn't really. Huh. Expected kinetic damage. It's similar. What if we add a sabot warhead body? Didn't add too much, to be honest. I think we're gonna test the penetration with whatever we have here. And possibly we probably want a super cavitation base there in case so we don't need to shoot it only over or under. We can shoot wherever. Fragmentation cone. I would imagine this would be a little bit like dangerous frag. Frag count. Set it to like max and see what it does. Yeah, okay, I think that's probably a nice shell. Super cavitation base, that's right. So, it's so annoying we can't save and load shells. 1, 2, 3, okay. 1 and 3. Right. So this one needs to be 1. This can be a mixed EMP. High explosive EMP. Flak, who knows? Does that do something bad to us? Oof. Health modifier. I think the health becomes a little bit sad, but okay, that's probably fine. So if we have flak, it will look funny. A flak large like this, however. Flak damage. It has a wide radius, but it can... I don't know, I haven't played around with flak too much, but I know they can be dangerous in very big rods. Super cav base. Something like that, probably. Armor piercing EMP slash, you know, weird stuff. And this thing, all of you should connect to armor piercing 2. Yes. So now let's see here. Assign to all intakes, and this one is assigned to all intakes. Good. They have 2 very similar but different. All right. So load and clear. Let's just add the layer of stone again. And again, we're not actually building on the turret yet. We are building on a weird platform, so... No, come on. Oh, F. Press F to show respect. Okay. No, not subjects mode. Let's see here. Something like this. Just quickly. Because we can't move this thing, we're gonna move the target. The target is somewhere around there. Good. Oh, that just... It dealt some damage. Let them aim themselves for a while. Okay, so what is happening here? We deal a big hole inside of it, that's for sure. Whoops. Well, it's good they don't melt through it immediately. One thing we do want to check, however, I think it deals some nice damage inside of there. One thing we do want to check is, of course, how does it deal with direct hit of heavy armor? One layer of heavy armor. Ooh, it stopped that shell. Why did it stop one shell? Oh, it didn't stop the shell with frag, right? Probably not. That kind of went through a little bit there. Because it's too weak. I think that flak damage, it's like it's doing extremely weak damage to surrounding target. I don't think flak is kind of good to put in a gun like this, to be honest. I've seen it be used with good results, but probably just make it HE. Okay, so here we have frag, armor piercing head. This one should of course be 442 as well. Expected armor pierce. I'm a little bit, what if we add some, just add one solid word body there. See what if we get the difference. It kinda eats through a little bit, but ew, one thing we do want to check though. So I'm not sure, we could probably just add the high explosive there again. Because we do want to see, this is kind of the length of the shell we're gonna have. Thanks for the follow, it's Render, and welcome to the stream. I think we're gonna do like this. Now this has more railgun charge, doesn't it? Right. We now have a autoloader limit. It's gonna charge 3.19 seconds. No, that's because we have two little coolers. No, we need more coolers. So, ooh. Right, so it's okay. Okay, like that. Okay, good. I think I want more armor there. Okay, let's have them in the middle. Here they kind of... It's okay. We can pretend. We can have them there. And now I need to do the same for this area. Because symmetry plane... Oh, there we need armor. Cooling limit. Okay, so we're slightly handicapped by our ammo intake limit, but that's after we've fired some shots. With this Tetris, it's just impossible to have the perfect ammo intake limit. It's Renderer. Welcome, I've been following your YouTube videos for a while. Got a game and have put about 18 hours into it. Well, that's nothing. That's nothing. I still have no clue how to build anything. Well, try my instant tutorials, they may help. When building, what button do you press to hold the object in place and not go to... Oh yes, that's right, Scooimation. It's caps lock. To freeze it in the air. very handy. All right. So 2.93 is a stable railgun charge we can have. Right, 2.93, 2.93. Copy. Oh, we can actually set this thing up here. And we're gonna have RPM of 21.8. 21.8. There we go. Yes. And we're just gonna copy these firing piece settings and paste them. It sounds good. And now we're just gonna, yep. Just wanted to make sure they didn't override the ammo. What do you mean caps lock? Wait, I'm confused. Not enough rails. Admiral LCG Canyon. Very welcome to the stream. This is just a tiny rail assist can. Oh, yeah. And I filled this with these things. It's a safe turret. You can shoot it and it won't blow up. Rail use per shot is 5,000. Yeah. It's very low. It's just to boost the shells a tiny bit. Actually. The super battle carrier we're building for LCG Canyon uses pure railguns. And these are those no gunpowder at all. And those shells are really quick, really strong. And since it's only kinetic rods, like it's only like metal rods we're throwing, we don't need the ammo ejectors. So that's those are compact. Okay, so now we have it should be set up correctly now, I think. Shell power is a little bit different, but the speed should okay, we need to do like this. The speed is not the same. Now it is. Good. And when we shoot here, we don't get through. Not with the heavy armor on the front there. Just tanks the damage. If we're gonna face heavy armor, by the way, let's just for fun change this to sabot heads. And that's gonna make the payload so much weaker. Like a quarter of what it was, but if we would face something with heavy armor, I think this is what we do. You can see we're actually getting through. Of course we're getting through on the second shot, but you can see we're dealing internal damage. But I think we can have one armor piercing. I'm gonna see if they kind of give us the same stats. But if we make the other one be a HESH shell, what happens then? Seems to be the same values. Proving the FTD caps lock curse. Yeah, that happens. That is less range charge than rapid fire cannon I have on my thing that I want to fight a super battle carrier. Oh god. For fun, change to squash. With payload? Squash with payload? That sounds insane. We can try that. I'm just gonna try this thing. sure. Oh shit, we use a little bit. No. Are we overusing our rail capacity? By a tiny amount. What do we change this to a 4? And this to a 4. Oh, really? 0.9 then. Tweaking. Rail use. Oh no, it's low. No, it's still higher. Per second. That's not good. 5,000. By the way, can we even have charge? I'm not. Was it 5,000 or 50,000? I wonder. Each 5,000 capacity to the railgun. Yeah, that's only 5,000. Maybe we'll need another magnet. Because I don't think we actually have enough. I just realized we need slightly more than 3. If we have exactly 3, we get away with that. Yeah, then we can have a little bit of accuracy bonus. Like this. Good I noticed this in time. That would have been embarrassing. Okay. 1, 2. Now we have 3. Yeah, that's more like it. Squash head. If someone posted a link, we don't have links. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Right, this is still energy we need to add to it, so maybe better just. There we go. There we have it. Oh oh man. Oh lord, the recoil was not a problem before. The recoil is a problem now. Oh man, I wonder what. And this will be an interesting Tetris solution. We'll have to see if we can make. Anyways, oh god damn it. Okay. So a squash head like that, does it get through? It actually doesn't. Well, probably not the right squash. I feel like I want to spam squash if they're really fast. Something like this. I think a heat would be better. No. Like these heat spallings. They're not getting through. That's a waste of firepower. So, LCG Canyon, you said wanna try some squash heads? Can do that. Or did you say for fun change it to squash? Oh, you mean, I thought you meant kind of like hollow point, but of course you meant squash heads like Hesh. I think this is too slow turret for that. Ooh, what happens if we do heavy heads on this thing? It will be insane kinetic damage. Would be interesting if we have, let's see, solid warring bodies. Actually, we're getting through that first. Yeah, that's interesting. Of course, this one is also getting through. This one is like somewhat slower. But darn, the recoil, man. I don't think I like this recoil really. I think we're gonna make them a little bit more. Maybe we can make them a little bit more accurate. High explosive. Whatever is this thing. This is an armor piercing head. If we change you to heavy head, what do you do? Rapid fire hash is fun indeed. Yeah, rapid fire hash. I like that. We have it on, I think it was that or heat. We have it on the spam turret I made. Now, most people don't have heavy armor on the front like this, so let's just check it without. Okay, they're just going through, that's good. And that was with heavy heads. What if we change this to armor piercing heads? Hello, okay. Kinetic damage, 24,000. If we use a armor piercing head, ooh, it's so much lower. Let's try. It's still going through, and it's going faster. That's probably a better idea. So, 2 layers of metal. If we have like 3 layers of metal, something like this, we're still going through. Good. So most want to have some internal armor of metal like that. No, I need to repair this thing, of course. Ooh, they're slightly going through. Well, that's good. I think this is a good kind of That's so slow, but then would have a detonation inside. I think this is kind of good balance actually. Rapid fire hash. Oh! Oxamoko and Tetsalipoka Sameit Boin. Yes, they used that rapid fire hash. Well, that's nice. Those were really cool. Oh, this is wide frag also. And that's good. And it deals a lot of damage. Armor piercing frag. And this is armor piercing high explosive. We can probably have some EMP in here. Just because. This could potentially AI kill something. Let us pause. Just to make sure. No, you are frag, right? Oh, right. I didn't update the shells and stuff. Come on. I want to have like an auto repair button. This one is scary. You can see this little fun little icon or symbol on it. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, and super cab bases. That's probably a good naval gun. Now is the question, will we be able to solve the tiny issue that is known as recoil? it's not even a tiny issue in this case. It's like a kind of big problem for us. Close that thing off there. Question is, okay. So, rail use. Capacity, 15,500 a second. Now we have enough to actually fire the rounds, don't we? 1, 2, 3. So we should be able to like remove some of them, right? Okay, we could only remove like one. That's very, very small difference, but whatever. You probably don't want that there. Railgun. 15,000 allowed to fire without, that's good. Make sure this one is the same. We still have that firing speed. I think this should be a pretty good penetrator. I don't know. Can set it to 1 degree or something. But recoil. If all else fails, we can always go with setting it to be not recoil, make it more accurate, to make the railguns make it more accurate. That's like the panic solution that you can always do. Right. But I feel these ones are actually finished. These ammo pieces. It's also time to drag this thing on the turret too, I think. But here we have recoil 14,000 and we have 6,000 on there. That's like, darn it. We need to protect this firing piece and railgun magnets and stuff like that. Maybe we can make a kind of shield thing here in the front, perhaps. Something like this. We can, of course, need several layers of stuff like that, but recoil absorbers. We could fill the floor with them here. Possibly. I guess we have to do that. But we need to have armor around the barrel here. We just add this type of tubes just to protect it a little bit against, I don't know, hash things. The railgun magnets aren't essential, but it would be really sad if they got shot off, so we're gonna add more of these. And this thing needs to be protected there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Actually, probably 3 beams better here. Right. And because this is superconductors, we can add some surge protectors here, and we can be pretty sure that any surges will kind of stay here. Scumation, I don't know why, but looking at this turret makes me want to make one with an open top, cosmetically at least. Like open bar bet. That would be so insane. Yeah, sure, why not? It would be funny to have a turret like that, but I doubt it would be kind of decent, but we don't know until we try. Okay, so yeah, recoil absorbers it was. Balanced cannons, recoil absorbers. Just hypothetically, if we have 4 of these. Oh darn it. We're not reaching what we need here. Okay. We kind of have some EMP protection in the base too. We can have 6s inside over there. You're not connected to anything. That, connect one there, connect one there. Kind of sticking forward a little bit there, but what do we do? 3, 4, 1, okay. And then we have some space. Want to make it decently flat. This is good space, I think. I guess we'll just add enough recoil absorbers as we can conveniently get away with. And then we'll just have to solve the rest, kind of. Because if we don't have enough recoil absorbers, our accuracy will be lacking after a while. It's just basically not acceptable. We need to have enough recoil absorbers. That's kind of a stretch if we can have one there or not, but... Well, 2. Oh, uneven. Never mind. Okay, like that. Okay, so 5. I think we can fit a 5 there. Okay. Wait. Oh, there we can fit a 3, right? No, we need some connection points. It has to be a 2 there. That needs to be connections. Here we can have a 5, maybe 6. I think we can have an 8 here. Okay, how much recoil are we up to? Recoil. We have the absorption limit of 11,000. That's kind of good. So we're not like ages away from what we actually need. So I'm seeing we can have a 7 here, and then we can add an 8 there. Excellent, isn't it? And that means, okay, 12,000. I think if we remove this one, we can probably build a little recoil absorber stack here, I think. Like, how high can it be? Not the best solutions, but now they are kind of slick like that. It's have to be on the side. Not sure we can fit the 8s, maybe. We should be able to have. Okay, this is like semi-meme Tetris at this point. It's like, can we fit another one? Just a little one. So we're really close now. We can probably have a 7 there then. Not sure we can have that. How far can we can have a 4 here. It works. So then we are at this point we would actually have achieved the goal. So are we overshooting it a little bit? What if we change this to a 7? Okay, that's good. Because I think these are sticking out a little bit too much. We're having it like there. Ooh, now recoil is very close. Which means we can add an accuracy buff. So that recoil is decreased to... We want it recoil to be... Okay, 1300. Too much accuracy buff. Okay, what does 5 make? This is like looking at numbers. So hardcore. Okay, look there. What about a 4%? That is... Yeah, 4%. 4%. Ladies and gentlemen, 4% is the value we are looking for. So, I think that's it. The absorption is now slightly higher than the recoil. How nice. Okay, so this, oh god, it looks like trash with all these, whatever. We'll need to try and cover this thing a little bit. It should be decently well protected here. But of course, on top of this thing, we need to have some protection. We can probably integrate this into the design too. And have like 1, 2, 3-ish. Is the... that's kind of a weak piece too, so kind of like that, 4-ish. And then we can possibly have some other cool stuff there. This is just armor, like that. Front. Just in case. I think 3, 2... 3, and of course we'll need in front of those. That should basically do it, and the rest is not as... like, we covered up the important parts. We can have metal and stuff for most of the others. Maybe we can interlace some different patterns here. While we don't want to overspend on armor, we don't want to skimp it either, because like, this is an important system, but it's always a super hard trade-off scenario. It's really hard to find the right balance, basically impossible. It's always, it depends on the opponent when it comes down to it, so it's like, is it worth it to spend all that extra on the armor, or is it not? Who knows? It depends. So, now we can probably build this on a sub-object instead. I'm thinking we're going with the max size turret module. And just to make... actually, we'll just go like this. Prefab mode. Trash that. I'll just copy everything. Building on this thing. Now we're gonna try and I think this is the middle. And this is the forward of the turret, right? Okay. Wait. That's the wrong direction. Okay. Like that, right? Maybe? Like this is something we have to get right. This is hard to fix later. Yeah, that's the middle. How nice. Oh, darn it. Okay, good. You see this rubber piece here? I'm gonna remove that. Because we're gonna replace it with a piece of rubber. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Rubber here, rubber there, rubber there, rubber there. And then we can have the all-in-one local weapon controller right here. I think 4,000 meters is far away enough. No, that's nice. Make sure we connect to the main gun turret with some pieces of heavy armor. But we don't need to spam the heavy armor here. Just have a tiny little blast shield thing there. And add some strong beams just surrounding the little computer thing there. Because that is irreplaceable. I think that's kind of low risk. So, metal should work. Yes. Wait, that's alloy. I didn't meant to use alloy here. At this area, it kind of matters very little. But we're gonna continue with the metal. Yeah, maybe like that. Oh, yes. Metal. Oh, and tweaking turrets. I'm sorry if this is not like the best build stream. We, you know, I'll just stream what I build, and sometime I think some builds is probably more interesting and some is like less interesting, and I get if people think this is a less interesting type, but well, some of you seems to think it's okay, at least. We're gonna integrate some spaces here. You can see we're gonna use some wedges just to detonate some things if they come in our way here. At some areas we just want to have some armor though. There we have that. Okay. Yes, that's good. Our turret has a will quite easily start to be a little bit inaccurate if the wrong part is being shot off, but oh well. It's not the biggest difference. It's not like... It's not gonna break him. These turrets are... They can be damaged for sure, but they are set up to be working anyways, under most conditions. They are set up to be damaged and still work somewhat well. And one thing we do want to check. Aha. That is of course which ammo this is using. Ammo controllers on subconstruct. That's nice. And this one... Ah, beautiful. It uses the right one. And how high is this thing? That's... Okay. So 12... We need to make it at least 13 high. We could make it... we could make it 14 high. Astro Boy killed 3 target grounds. That was easy. Well, that's nice. Yeah, maybe we can make it... We can design it to... Nah, let's make it 13 high. Because then we can aim downwards a little bit too. That's better. We set it up like that too. Right. So now comes the aesthetical design part. So how far should we make it stick out? I wonder. Just one block is a little bit too little, I think. Three, kind of like that. Here we need a block. Three, three. This is 2, 2, 3, 3, 5. Okay, so if we add 5. Oh. Oh, we're building too far down. That's a miss. There we go. Like that. Of course, these should not be there at all. I'm just gonna try to make it a little bit. I think these shields are too wide, aren't they? This doesn't look... Yes, it does. Exclamation, this turret is probably more expensive than most of my ships. Yeah, I don't know. So the reason why I wanted to make this turret is, as you probably can see, it uses Tetris with 8-meter loaders. And I never made much turrets with 8-meter loaders, so I wanted to have some 8-meter loader turrets. Because I thought it was kind of cool and stuff. So that's why. Okay, we're gonna have... like, actually, how much does this system cost now? We should check that. 4. Yeah. We should probably check that a tiny bit later. Ooh, it's gonna be difficult to smoothen this thing out, but at least we have some sort of shape thing. Because we want, I think we actually want to have like an actual layer from the front and back and stuff like that to have it be... on the sides we probably want it to be solid. On the back it can be a separation. And it's always hard to make it an ish round shape. I think like... Wait. This doesn't add up, does it? 2 and 2, 1, and then 2. Oh, okay, now it adds up. Oh, good. No, it was as it should be. I think we're gonna begin with that sort. We can have like tiny... We can have these as tiny connection points. I think they should add up. I think it should be good armor spall lining. And no, they should catch them. If they get a direct hit, it won't spread through. Now this back won't, but I'm thinking we can add someone in the front-ish part. Like here. Question is, are we gonna use... No, we're probably gonna use... We can't fit them. Let's just use these wedges then. Like that. Yeah, something like that. And maybe we should have it kind of like there. We have wedge pattern. It's not papier-mâché, but it's getting there. If it was like wood, oh my god. This can kind of offer good connection points too. Thanks, Symmetry Plane. Now we're really set up to take damage from the front though. Well, I guess that's where it will come mostly anyway, so it's probably good. And on the sides, I think we want to be solid, but we don't want to be overkill either. Maybe we can just do some alloy here. The cost is there, but it's not unnecessary weight at least. Kind of tiny difference. Astro Boy, Gmodism, can I ask why you have the mini background on my Steam? No reason. I got that anime thing from, I don't know. I just got it from... How did I get it? I got it on some sale or something like that. It's not a game I own. I thought it looked stupid, so I added it there. It's not deeper than that. Yeah, it's animated. It looks super silly on my Steam avatar. Let's say I don't... My Steam profile isn't that serious. I think my bio is something like, this is the fake Gmodism or something like that. Or did I remove that? I don't remember. Yeah, so less serious, you can say. Maybe I should change that. People might get an interesting idea otherwise. Okay. 4 meters. Round-ish turret design. No, wait. Here we should have those. Alright, just add some of these. Cool. This is much more box-like than I imagined it being in my head. We should probably see if we can save it with some 4 meter. Never mind. It's all fine. Moderations. Are you meaning moderations or moderators? Oh, there we go. Oh, tiny shaping-ish. I'm thinking we can have some wood on the side here to make it look the right nice tech level. We don't need to have armor here anyway, so might as well go with some style on the sides. There we go. Moderation settings due to the message is set. Yeah. You never know. You never know what they want. You never know the rules. That's the weird thing. But it is like it is. Oh, yes. What you thinking? Not much, I guess. Or what do you mean? I'm feeling we're talking about, or I don't know. What to say? The ads. Yeah, it's like sometimes you don't know the rules, like what is allowed for ads and what is not. But it mostly feels like if your channel has some history of making content that's not not okay with ads or something, you'll have problems for the rest of your life. But if you don't, it's no problem. And fortunately, I haven't had so much problems yet, so... Oh, you're saying not that, the turret. I'm thinking I need to find a somewhat interesting design on this turret. I want to have some smooth areas. But it's hard to get it set up. It's hard to get it smoothened out in a nice fashion. I don't want it to look too much like a box, but I don't want it to be too like I don't want it to be too generic, and I don't want it to be too box, but I still want it to be fairly sturdy. Let's see if we can, like, I don't know, can add a little rim thing here, and possibly it will turn out decently. It's too much blocky, so yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I need to I need to get some shapes going. And one thing I do want to know, okay, elevation is max 48 degrees. So let's say set it to 48 so we see how that looks like. Just so we can try, and that's fairly high. Maybe we can build some type of area where the kind of gun part can slide a little bit. Maybe not like that. Maybe like that. Just make a little gold thing. Gold is always looking quite splendid. Now they are going to... This has to be a 3 then. It has to stand out a tiny bit, otherwise it won't look. Something like that. It's unsure if this will... Ooh. I'm not... I think I need to just put some more blocks and see if this is... If this design goes into the bin or if it can be an interesting touch. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I can't say if I like it or not. One thing I do know is how to have the white blocks now, at least. So if I had it like that, that brings it up on too high level. Would be kind of having it like that. This area probably has to be a little bit sunken down in some way. Maybe we can do it like this. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. One thing is for sure, we want to save this platform thing. I'm just gonna get something to drink real quick. Right, there we are. Not everybody ran away. Well, that's good. So whatever is this, do we have nice? We have pretty decent accuracy on this thing. Ugh. It doesn't look very nice. I think. Whoops. Okay, there we go. It has to be straight lines. I think I'll need to maybe have it until there. This is always hard to kind of design some stuff like this. Astro Boy, oh my god, didn't know this. Did you know for War Thunder, if you complete something in a game like achievement, okay. Yeah. It's good. I don't remember much. But that's nice, I guess. Getting some rewards for completing stuff so that you can buy. Or not, or rather not buy. Because isn't the silver lions the things you only get if you kind of buy them otherwise, or? I have no idea. Too long time ago. When I can install it again, I think will check into War Thunder again. It's enjoyable, but I'm wondering how how it is nowadays. Just because it might have changed. Maybe everyone plays enlisted instead, which I also can't play because it also requires the net framework thing. This wood area here doesn't work really okay. Interesting shapes for turrets is always nice, but sometimes you can't make them too weird either, because that always looks weird. Maybe we can do it like this then. Oh, that works. Yeah, I think we found something here. Now we have this area. Yeah. Maybe we can we use some... Yeah, because last time it was Nubia did a build mix fake when I found it in YouTube tricks. I'm presuming you have a core only. Sensible people have like net framework. It's a newer version of net framework, and a lot of apps have moved to it. And I haven't updated my Windows, and I've actually stopped my Windows from updating because new drivers and stuff like that messed with a really old game that I will play, which is The Settlers 5. And I played it for some videos before. It was just too long time ago I actually played it last. So I need to continue playing it again so that I can start updating Windows again, so that, you know, I kind of locked myself in a box and just haven't moved from there in a while. So that's the reason. Can we join these shapes in an interesting way? Maybe I just can bring that back here. Ooh, isn't that exactly matching up with this shape? No, absolutely not. This would actually be one of these. And one of these would be the closest thing, I would suppose. Now we're like in weird shaping realm. I think the turret has some sort of style. I don't really know what this style is, but I think it looks like a pretty hard-hitting turret thing. This is probably not the block we want here. We should probably just make it sit together somewhat seamlessly. How about this? Maybe one of these. Yeah, there we have it. There we have a shape that works. Just a little indent thing. And yeah, we have some interesting shapes there. I think we found this turret's design, finally. And the front portion here, it's... Can we make it... Can we add... The bottom layers look slightly weird if we do this. I think we can... Yeah, that's an interesting nose shape. A little knob thing there. There we have some heavy armor beams looking like some bars thing, but they glow a little bit too much in gold. I think if we color them black, they might look more vent-like. And it has a more... Yeah, it probably looks a little bit more high-tech this way. And still with the brown sides. Unemployed engines, very welcome to the chat section too, and I'm happy you think it's a cool turret cap. I've been trying for some time to put together something that feels acceptable. Well, glad you think it's fine. Then we can probably move on. Okay. Now we're going... Now, welcome to Mimical. We won't be staying here very long, but we will be adding a little rubber thing. So we can kind of smoothen the shapes out a little bit. And that scaling we don't need. We just need some positioning. No, that's not the positioning we want. I'm not your best mimicker, but I do try to add the minimal amount of mimics to make things look remotely acceptable. I like to call the things I make at least remotely acceptable. I don't know if this is the truth, but okay, a little bit more back. We need to cover that edge there. No, not scaling, positioning, thank you. There we go. That's probably where we want it. Then we're just gonna options, apply with a mirror, and it's magically on the other side too. So, do we have any name suggestions for this turret cap? We are very few. We are a few blocks away from actually saving this thing now. I think we're gonna add some decorative railgun parts, just because I like to have that. Right. We're gonna have no color. Left, right scaling. Scale them up a little bit. We can have them ish there, perhaps. Apply with mirror. There we go. Gilded horror. But everything I make is gilded. But thanks for the suggestion. That was very quick. Quick little suggestion. Gilded is almost the... I don't know. It's like my detail fleet colors detail. Okay, front back scaling thing. We're gonna cover this in a black sleeve. It's doing absolutely nothing functional. Can just make it a tiny bit larger than the surroundings and... Oh, it looks nice. Now these should possibly actually be just white. I think that looks nice. And we have this gun black going on there. Yeah, it should be dealing some good damage now. And then we can close that side off. And it's 13 high. It's a T-17, 8-meter autoloader, 442mm gun. Not very usual. We lack a part at the end, however. I think we're gonna use a little cram part. Cram. Okay. Left, right, scale. Yes. There we go. These can be... They can be white. Or no, they can probably be their natural color. Yeah, it looks nice. It looks like a proper gun, I think. Perhaps. Okay. Hopefully I didn't forget anything important. Let's just check. We do want an idle angle of like 5 or something, just to have some swagger in their movement thing. Yes. So, sub-objects mode. This is going to be called no more suggestions. So the last one was the Scorpion. This is a deep penetration payload turret. We have EMP, we have high explosive, we have frag. It's armor piercing. Is it an Army of Gmodism turret, or is it... Well, we can... Well, unemployed engines. We don't have much suggestions, so Well, I'll have to use your name here a little bit. We can... We can say it is a... Oh, did I forget to write the millimeters? It's a 442 millimeter T17 x 13 high, I think it was. Was it not? 13? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Then it's probably one of my larger turrets. Yeah, probably. It's not gonna be as expensive as the perforator though. That's extreme. AOG. It's the Army of Gmodism Horror Mark 1 then. APS. Maybe we're gonna mark it with yeah, I suppose it's just, we'll just it's a twin cannon design. So, AOG Horror Mark 1 APS Twin Cannon 2 442mm T17 13 deep. So, did we miss an important... Nah, that's probably fine. Beautiful. So, it costs 122. It costs 122,000. That's not too bad, actually. Here we have it. And that is to compare with like the main turret we have on the bell carrier. That is like a lot larger. Or is it now? Perforator. It's a lot larger too, but it's so it has 4 barrels and it is it's kind of insane. This is 400mm, so it's like narrower shells, but these are they're extremely insane. They just shoot through this like nothing. They're penetrators. These have a payload too. Well, all of them shoot through, but this is this is like the insane class cannon. It's like very hardcore. Right. Well, then we save those turrets. So we can probably Gilded Stare. What do you mean stare? Or are you coming? It's a little late with name suggestions, don't you think? We are destroying all vehicles. Just to spawn this thing. I'm using the 7TV emote. Oh! Darn it, I have one of those franker faces and stuff. And no, I have better TV. I have better TV. Yes. I'm still feeling fairly new to Twitch and all its thing. So I'm not the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. But that explains it. Maybe I should get 7TV thing plugin do then. We can add a little bit on this thing. This is a little ship that is a kind of reminder. Maybe I need to add a reminder command. Or is it not? Yeah, I don't know. We have like... there we have the commands that are available. Maybe I should add more. Who knows? So, a T7 design can be added here. Ew. We could have this thing. That's a real spammer. T17. The Scorpio. Oh, we could have this. We could have the Scorpio design as a kind of front cannon for this thing. It looks weird though. I think. Does it look weird or does it look? It's a little too sleek for this. It's like really low profile thing. What symbol is that? Oh. It's one of those. Haven't seen it in a long while. Well, so do we have the dome? Oh, we have this one too. That's a T17. It's a 12. This is a nice turret. It's a very nice turret. Let's see here. Okay, we make stuff small. This uses 2 meter outloaders. 4 integrated. Yeah. They should be decent all-around turrets, I think. Like, question is, if we want to get them down here, oh, gonna be so narrow connection. Scoob rocks. I just 2 hours troubleshooting trying to figure out why my ship was not moving and gave up and just used an old autosave. Oh darn, that's a long time for checking. Sometimes it's so easy to get stuck in from depth for hours and hours on end, and it's like annoying when you don't find the problem. Okay. I think I can't have it. It will be the tank turret. We'll need to use the tank turret. Yeah. It will be the tank turret. The Scorpio thing. There it is. And we'll have a very sleek. And we should, of course, just have like 1 heavy armor block for the turret to stand on. That's a little interesting trick one can do to add survivability without adding much cost. Here we go. Ah, excellent. Yes, very nice. So we have some like, we can spam some shells there in the beginning. What do you mean no shell loaded? Did we mess up when saving this or something? Oh, it's because we have no ammo, isn't it? Oh no. Oh god damn it, where is the ship now? Warp to force. Woohoo, there we are. Oh, and apparently not. Right. Come on, warp to this force. Where is it? Oh no. The game is bugged a little bit. Okay. No? Okay. We'll have to click build. Where is it now? Build on this force. Thank you. Save vehicle. Okay. I also think it's just probably sometimes you can accidentally press some weird button and you forgot about it, and then everything is messed up and nobody knows why. That happens. I would say it's most likely. That's the sort of cause we're looking at. Oh no. When you don't want to redo just what you did because it's a principle thing. Thank you, like that. Symmetry plane and prefabs, very nice. No materials. Don't we have like huge material storages on this thing? Maybe we don't. One box. We don't have much. Okay. Makes sense. Glad you like the music. This is Mogart. It's a private music maker, and we made a little deal that I can use his music if I just tell it's his music. So, Mogart on YouTube, and Bandcamp and Spotify. So that's nice, and I haven't used it recently very much, and that's just because I was just so, yeah, I used it so much before, but it's nice. It's kind of like this. I'm not the best on spelling, but if you go to any YouTube video I made on any of my 3 YouTube channels, it should be linked in the bottom of the description to his like official page thing. You can check it out there. And he has released some new tracks too, which I hadn't had the time to download and put into the playlist yet. So he's still been making some music. That's nice. I gotta check him out. I haven't checked out all the new tracks yet either. He's not like making super many, but there is like a few new ones every year, I think. So that's nice. Oh, we don't have fire control. Well, we'll check that later. This is a large one. Lots of engines. This is like super thin armor here. The bow, but that's okay. It's kind of supposed to be too. No one tried to armor that up at all. Oh no. That's of course just some auxiliary turret things. Oh no. No, I forgot about that. Where are you? Build on the force. Ooh. Probably should have a little temporary control room. It's just set to go. I don't want to know where this is on the map. It's probably very far. It's just going in a direction and just being weird. Oh, we're not out of the bounds yet. That's good. It's like 20 meters per second, which is, well, pretty fast. Astro Boy, you made a lot of uploads. Jesus. Haven't you been tuning in? Well, if you haven't, I have a fairly regular schedule. Okay, so let's just add a little tower of ammo there. Nice. Nice. So we have small tank turrets here, warming up the enemies a little bit. No, this is not quite my full-time job, but I'm hoping to make it so one day, so I'm working towards that. That would be pretty nice. It feels like a full-time job. That's one thing. Alright. Do we have full mobility? Yeah, we don't block him. That's good. Good. They're freed up there. Similar to plane. Oh, this is the... oh no. Four-meter offset. Oh, is there a block to use here now? Not really. Oh yes, I can get around there. It works. Excellent. Kinda stretch. And here we should probably just make it all come together and have some kind of... It's always like these shapes, they're always a little bit... Always becomes, even if you find smooth blocks like this, sometimes they just feel a little bit like semi-wonky anyways. Yes. Now, we'll see what we do with that later. Here we of course have a lot of free space thing. Ooh. I wonder how we're gonna do that, because we don't want... Now we have like lamb nodes here. But I'm thinking we're probably gonna move those lamb nodes to come out around maybe-ish here. I think kind of there. Yeah, we'll see. Kind of narrow little design thing. We can probably have the connection-ish. We can have it there. Let's say there. And now we can have it like that. Yes, I think like that. And maybe 5 nodes or something. That's like a lot. And considering their place, I'm not sure it's actually valid to protect these with heavy armor. I think probably that these connection points can just be defended with some standard beams in a nice box. Beams in a box. Extra connection points. Right. Now we're gonna provide some rubber here. Because if you didn't know it, lamb nodes are susceptible against EMP. And that would be very unnice if they got eaten up by EMPs. Like that. So we have some lamps. Micro lamps, yes. Yes. That should work. Yeah, will be quite interesting. We should actually be able to take on like a constant barrage. So that's pretty cool. We can actually add a beam there. It will be not connected. No EMP damage available there. Oh, are we heading for land? Yes, we are. I should just freeze it here. We actually set this to be like full steam ahead all of the time, just for who knows. See if it works. Well, we only have those EMP nodes there so far. Question is, like, what other turrets we're gonna do on this thing? Yeah, we just have some lamps here. It's a continuous setup. They are... It's a fairly big laser system with a lot of pumps, so they can deal continuous damage. So yeah. It should be a fairly strong beam. We have some lamps back here too. I think we could actually... we could possibly make them be damage-dealing lasers too. That could be interesting for sure. Yeah, I wonder really how... There are some different turrets I want on this thing, but I wonder exactly what we can put in here. If we just check our little options, can we fit a T-17? Well, of course we can fit one, but not into the space we have set. That one is of course narrow. Here we have T9 design. This is not a very big, it's kind of a sniper-ish turret. We could have these, but they're not the biggest damage dealers. How high? Ooh. 1, 2. So only 2 blocks elevation, and the fast fire turrets are there. Now we can have a lot of spammers. I never made a carrier that had lamps and laser that used the same pumps. In short, the lamps were far from efficient, but could snipe cram shots as soon as they came out of the barrels. Wow. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, I'm thinking like that too, like constant pumps, just pumping that. Ooh, and this turret has the same height, like a good mix shell turret. That's also something we could have here. Right. I think it's kind of good we use the Scorpio on the sides here, because it's not the most expensive turret. The other ones are probably a little bit too expensive. God, I have a serious problem of making like pretty small, like pretty narrow turrets, or like the full T-17 size. I should probably make some turrets that are somewhere in between there. Except I don't. I think we're gonna make this an APS design, but I'm actually thinking that we should probably go with some like real spam turrets. So I think we're gonna set it up with a Dome Mark 1s. I think this is the turret that could fit the role here pretty well. Ooh. This one has an interesting design though. I don't like it very much. Let's see here. I think we're gonna go with AOG Dome Mark 1. Then we're gonna have some turrets. No, some missiles or something. I think we can have them. It's gonna be a circle at distance. So I wonder how many we should have. Probably add it one block more forward. There we go. Does that look too narrow? I think it does. One step more. Kind of like that. 3 turrets in a row. And they'll have a fairly high RPM. So that's a sandblasty design, which is it's pretty funny. Fun to use. That's so oh right. We can actually make a lot deeper turrets. We can make them go down to the bottom layer here. That's very true. Well, just to have something here, I think we should add a little beam. On there. Most likely we'll want a heavy armor beam here. So when we are not designing the turret for the ship specifically, it might always be some difficulties in like how large or small they will be. But if we don't make kind of prefab turrets, if you will, then we'll usually have trouble. Oh man. Just because when we pre-build turrets like this, we can really tweak them to be perfect. But if we build each turret for every ship that we want to make, I think it's easy to kind of skimp on quality a little bit. I know. Yeah, so oh god damn it. Anyways, let's just see what they're saying. They're saying like this. Should be fairly difficult to use lambs to take out these. We should probably make some penetration turret on this thing too. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Okay, it's all. We can save this vehicle. I wanna make this into a carrier and just as a kind of test vehicle, but it's always hard to decide everything we'll have on it too. So it's like it's a fairly big ship and it's like 200 meters long. It's like large, and I'm not feeling too committed to its design because it was an upgrade. I built it with what I learned from building the Draconia, and then I learned some more, and then I feel parts of this ship is like kind of outdated almost, so it's a little bit annoying, but it works. Anyways, what ammo do we have here? Oh right, this is squash head spammers. Yeah. So I'm feeling like I wanna see if I can make this, you know, a decent ship. Maybe we should have short-range lasers on this thing, so we can really get in close and use short-range lasers, and we can use our. That could be a cool idea, and we could use the lambs. We could have this insane strong lambs. We'll see you later, Scoobrox. Thanks for joining in, Captain. But what I was saying was, maybe we can get in close, and when we are at distance, we can use the lambs to take out all incoming projectiles, and when we are finally close, we can just beam them with those insane melting short-range lasers, and those would be really scary. So we could have a little network of short-range lasers on the sides here. I'm just assuming that the entire front of this vessel will be completely blown up. Well, we shall see. Out of curiosity, what is its intended battle role? Yeah, it's not even completely decided, but I'm thinking its first intended battle style was to win. I just wanted to make something with what I've learned. So, intended battle role to win. But joke aside, I think it's gonna be kind of circle at medium distance. Yeah. And I haven't decided exactly what type of weapon loadout we're going to have on this thing. But I'm thinking it's gonna be a fairly fast ship. And I want to have a little helicopter on it too, that kind of acts as a drone thing too. But it's really set up to be quite redundant and quite tough, and it's APS leaning. One thing I want on this setup is to have a kind of penetrating turret. I'm thinking I actually want to install one of the turrets we made today. Here is kind of like here. So we could actually build it on the laser box, which is a sealed box, but it's a foundation of heavy armor. So I guess we're going to just... It's a T17 design, I think. Because it will take a long time if we mess this up, we're just gonna check. The horror, oh, glad we checked. The horror is not the T17 design. How could I mess that up? It is actually... Is it the T15 design? Oh, it is. Oh man. Embarrassing. Good we checked. Okay. It's a T15 design. Now we need to rename it. Kind of there-ish. Right. Some objects moved. T15. And this one we can remove. Because now we have it's the T15. Right. Yep, it fits. Good. So, as we were saying, we need to shape out this area a little bit. This is where we're gonna have it. And we of course need to beef up its armor with heavy armor, because we're gonna have a turret well or something like that. It's of course having some heavy armor in the front of it, just because it's, you know, like that. Oh. And it's symmetrical like that. Probably that one has to go too. And now we're messing with the staggered ERA. But that's all fine. Having staggered ERA is of course something we want to have here. We kind of built this entire design around the staggered ERA idea. So everything uses staggered ERA, and it's frankly... We didn't remove... No? Okay, yes we had to, okay. It's too late to step away from the staggered ERA by now. Yeah, that's basically how it is. And this needs to be whole, because that's how they work. Right. The alloy is like where the turret can be, and the hollow spaces needs to be clear, otherwise it can't spin around. So if we just make some, we're just gonna make the basic turret pattern here out of metal. And another unofficial rule for this design is that I will not use alloy. Because alloy and, you know, alloy can be good. But when I was building this, I thought that alloy is just waste of everything. And in some areas it can be. Because metal does everything that alloy does, but significantly better. And in the stats in the game, you don't really see how much of a difference it is. It looks like they're quite similar, but when it comes to the battlefield, it's actually a bigger difference than you might think. Thing is, however, that alloy is very light, and it floats very well. Which means that sometimes we just have to have it to, yeah. Like on the Admiral's ball carrier, we use a lot. We use a lot of it. And that's just because if we didn't, it would be so hard to make a monster like that float and still be, you know, we can of course always make it float, but it's hard to make it look elegant without using lots of alloy. And it's not like super bad, but if you care about cost, don't overuse alloy, is I guess what I'm saying. Use it sparingly, where if you really need it. Because if you don't really need it, you can probably use metal for better results. And this turret which we're making now, or no, this entire ship actually we're making now is also supposed to not overuse heavy armor. I want to display that we can do a fairly advanced like a fairly good ship and not use heavy armor. That's also one unofficial rule which I'm going to try and follow making this. Okay. Right. Here we have some shape. So we're just adding some metal here for the time of being. I'm still debating in my head how much we should use heavy armor, and if so, where. Because we have a fairly thick side too. Having heavy armor all around the place, it's always an easy kind of fix. We have Era covering this entire thing, so I'm almost like, I'm kind of thinking that it's probably wasteful to have a well of heavy armor on this thing. And if we need to, we should replace some of these beams with Era. No, with heavy armor. The metal beams can be replaced with heavy armor. That was what I wanted to say. Just a little layer there. That's actually make no sense. Just leave it be. Right. No. Maybe something like this. Covering it up there. We have a pretty solid heavy armor free turret well. That's not how we usually do heavy like turret wells at all, but that works. Remember that like we can actually, comparing to heavy armor, we can really like spam some blocks, because one 4-meter beam of metal weighs 160 and this one weighs like 800. If it's gonna be heavy armor. So it's a big difference. Now one thing that's a little bit problematic is that we haven't really checked exactly how deep this thing would, how deep the turret will go here. So that will be something we will discover momentarily. Yeah. Oh, that's a turret well. Remove the alloy. So, it is as suggested. Turn this around. We're going to find the horror Mark 1. Where is it now? There it is. Oh man, is it that low? Oh god. Oh no. I totally missed that. It's up there. Oh, it's really hiding there. Like, if we elevate it to, that's like miles. Well, at least then the connection point should be nice and solid. Since we can, we should probably make it flush with the hull design in general then. I kind of thought it was a lot deeper for some reason, so I just went all in. That wasn't the best idea. Well, that happens. Just add some flat surface here. And add some general shaping there. We'll have to do like this side here. Otherwise it look weird. That's one part which I like less about this turret or this ship design. Kind of cumbersome to add stuff. At least if we want to keep this a smoothened out shape, which only works until a certain point, but anyways. Maybe like that. We actually intentionally leave some air there too. And that's just to catch some spalls and stuff like that. I think we don't... We'll see if we mess with that later. Now we have a pretty flat, solid shape here. Right. see where it should go. Kind of like that. Kind of a snipey cannon for sure. Now let's see here. How far is this? It's 4 meters. Well, then we can add a little nice connection pillar. It's gonna be very hard to shoot all these off at the same time. And the shots will most likely not come from underneath, so I think we can leave this as a space, to be honest. It should, I don't know. We'll see if it works. I think it will. Oh man. I think we crashed. Okay, save vehicle. Destroy all vehicles. Now let's see here. Start designer. Just so we get back to kind of where we were. Alright. One thing I do wonder is if... does this even float anymore? Barely. Oh yes it does. I just thought that these turrets, maybe they're a little too heavy or something. Okay, so we have several... we have no energy storage. We need some for those rails. This one is not rail assisted, so it doesn't need any, but this one does. Ooh, and they might actually be locked in by this shape. This is possibly a shape we'll have to get rid of, I think so. Most likely. Because the barrels are at this level. Which means that this needs to go there. Right. So, well, we just have to shorten it down there a little bit. Now they don't block the turrets anymore, so it's all fine. It's gonna be very interesting to make the superstructure on this vessel. I'm looking forward to making that. I like making superstructures. It's fun. Before I hated making superstructures, but after I made the broadsword, I really like making the superstructures, so it's nice. I'm thinking maybe we should shape this area out anyways. Can we add it? Oh, we can end it off here. That's beautiful. I think it's really hard to keep in my mind how these shapes even look. I think they're a little bit difficult to memorize. So I'm always very happy when I kind of see like, oh, we can just do like that. Beautiful. The shapes work. Amazing. I like that. Well, we made a pretty decent third addition to this thing. I think it will be fairly formidable. And like fast. But again, superstructure, it will be an interesting nut to crack for this particular specimen. We have symmetry plane. I think we're gonna do like this. We're gonna have some wooden-ish armor thing there. We're gonna have additional layer spaced armor thing there. No. We're gonna use stone. That's the optimal interior spaced armor thing. There we go. I'll just make a little pattern so it doesn't flow up. That. Here we go. More than I remembered. We have several turrets here. And this spaced armor, I think it has the ability to absorb a lot of damage. That's for sure. So we're not even gonna make like narrow turret walls with heavy armor. We're just gonna rely on spaces and just some frag absorbing stone walls in between these, perhaps. Nope. Something like that. And this one is of course extremely protected from the front. It's like pretty insane. We're fairly set up to actually like take on some insane railguns from the front that will just not be able to go through to more than the first turret. And we should be able to close it off, and it should be, well, fairly protected there. I hope. We shall see, of course. You'll never know until you'll know. Probably it's wise to... I'd say it's probably wise to have like either 2 meters of metal. Yeah, we should probably have 2 meters of metal on this thing. Like from above. Probably shouldn't go with less than that. But so, we have been building for quite some time now. So we can save this little thing here. I think it's actually time to kind of close off this little stream and just continue another time. For just the fun of it, maybe we can add... What happens if we just spawn in the crossbones here? It's kind of similar to our current cost. Did we spawn it? No. There we go. I don't think we have the ammo. Oh, we don't have an AI. Well, we can at least watch how the armor is doing. Direct hit from the cram barrage. We're not doing anything against it because we can't shoot back. Here you can see spaced armor. Ooh, these... The crossbones new crams are seriously scary. We're not really set up to fight crams. We're more set up to fight APS in armor. But we are going to... we're gonna have a pretty strong lamb. Our lamb is gonna be some serious business. Ooh. One of the turrets are blown up. Well, yeah, but we're gonna have a serious lamb system, so hopefully it will be enough to stand up against the crams, just deleting them from the sky or something. Yeah, well, in any case, I think we're gonna continue in our little time. So if you stayed with this little stream here, thanks a lot for watching. And of course, if you watched the VOD on Gmodism, well then, I hope you enjoyed that too. Oh, damn. That... God, that cramshell from behind deleted the entire turret. Holy... That's... Oh man, and it even blew up the... Man. Okay. We'll see how it deals with it when it actually has some armor, but that was... Oh no. You know what? You know what we forgot? Oh. You know, for the turret, we forgot emergency ejection defuses. We forgot to add emergency ejection defuses. That's kind of insane. I just got a check. Let's see here. Okay, so for Scorpio there, and for this thing here. Okay, we'll just need to check this before we end the stream, because this is not good. Yeah, we totally forgot it. It doesn't have emergency ejection defuses. So, if we have a base bleeder there, and how could I forget that? Well, emergency ejection defuse. Okay. What does this say now? We don't need as much recoil absorption. Well, it works. And for these, probably need to change one of the warheads with an emergency ejection defuse there. Or actually, can we make it like this? Emergency ejection defuse. We shall see. Supercavitation base, set as to emergency ejection defuse. And then we'll need to refresh APS shells in order to see the stuff. Wicked Engineer, cool stream. Well, thanks a lot for joining. We're about to end it, but if you haven't, of course, follow this channel and you'll be able to catch the next one. Now I'm just panicking over missing a small detail. So we have a lot more absorption than we have recoil. Yes. Okay. 2.9 stats. Okay, railgun. 2.88. Yeah, that works. So we have a little more cooling than we need, and we have a little more recoil absorption than we need, but it's not a big difference. Okay, that's good. Right. Not prefab. I always mess that up. Like, prefab mode and sub-objects mode is such a mess in this game. Okay. You contain decent stats. Wait, isn't this the old style? Yes, it is. So you save the sub-object you're currently building on. Save over. Thank you. Okay, now then. Are we having... Did it not save them? No, it didn't. What's up with that? That's weird. Maybe I need to go... Why? That's scary. If it like does, you would expect it to save over it, right? That's why we always check, I guess. Okay, now we have them. Okay. Okay, good. So we have. Okay, that sounds good. Recoil 13,000. Shells. Okay. Seems to be working. And this one. Right. Save over the Scorpio thing. Here we go. And there we go. We have it. So we seem to have fixed the problem. Now we just need to destroy all vehicles and just load. No. Platform thing. Blank armor test. This is a small platform. Oh man, it's the old platform. Not cool. But it's the blank armor test facility, where we naturally test guns. And this thing needs to go idle angle. There we go. It still deals decent penetration. It penetrates 2 meters of wood with no problem. That's metal, I mean, with no problem. Yeah. It deals a good, decent damage. Very nice. And it... Let's see here. Just to test. Yep, we can destroy parts inside it and it won't blow up. Then we'll need to check this thing. And this APS angle set them to -1 or something. I think they'll exactly far corrected them. Oh, okay, that's good. So we're still getting through one yeah, they should penetrate most crafts. Well, that's good. Not the fastest, not the slowest. Definitely decent shell, and we added the emergency. Okay, good. We solved the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we solved the problem. Good we noticed that. That would be so embarrassing to kind of add to a ship like that. And it's so easy to forget when you kind of make things and then you kind of miss it afterwards, and it's no fun. So of course we have to, come on. There we go. That's it, right? Yeah, should be mighty fine. APS access intakes, edit. It has the right ones. I'm just saving this this ship too. Just because if we don't, since we added the new turrets here, it's like, if we don't do it right now, it's like, you never know. You never know. There. And we're gonna check out this guy here. There we go, beautiful. We have solved that problem too. Has changed. Beautiful. So, with that, I will definitely say thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little stream, and if you did, you know how to follow. And stay tuned on Gmodism if you like to see the Twitch VODs and stuff like that. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining. This is your host, Gmodism, and we are signing out. Gmodism, total nerdery channel.